Hello everyone, today we are going to do the review of Ancient Sword Faith. If you are interested of having your own review on this channel, you can leave a comment down below, and every week I'm putting a sub that left a comment. I had all the comments that I get with a review and a short description of your tower into an Excel sheet, and then I randomly pull someone. If you already subscribe, you can subscribe again, and I had you name a second or third or fourth time, so you have more chance to be selected for the next review. I'm going to talk about it at the end of the video, so if you're interested, you can check at the end of the video. So let's start with Ancient Sword Faith. As you can see, it started end of November, so November 26, 2024. So it's been about 6 months that he's playing the game. He made almost 50 trillion of coins, total coins. There is like 11,000 stone that is earned. He's telling me that is not free to play, which I'm not surprised because seeing those stats, I can see that is not free to play. He is today in Champion League, and sometimes he's getting demoted to the Platinum League, but it's not very often. And what he wants is to stabilize his position in the Champion Leagues and see where is the next step for him to invest his stone especially. So let's review that all together. So from what is writing to me, what I can say is that he's farming in T10 5,400 wave, which is pretty nice, and is getting 2.5 trillion per day, which is a lot, I think, for his level. So the first thing that I'm seeing here, and we'll see what we see into the ultimate weapon later on, is that he has a strong economy. And to me, the mistake that most players at that level do is so far the economy has been the things that is very important into the game, but when you move to champion, it has lower importance when you're investing your stones, and you need to start focusing on other things in your research and in your stone, because if you don't shift, the return on investment that you get from economy is going to twinkle down for a very long time until you get to card mastery. So I think there is right now something that it needs to shift from economy to something else, and we'll see what it is. And bear in mind that when I say shifting from economy, it doesn't mean that your economy is not going to grow, because you're still going to get some potentially relics from the event. You are going to get some theme and so on and so forth. So you are going to get better economy through time. It's not going to be your main focus. Also, if you are getting stronger, you are going to get further into the wave, so you are going to get better coins per day. Anyway, it's just that what I mean is that it's not going to be the main focus of the account as it's probably have been so far. So let's start with the ultimate weapon, which is, I think, a very nice starting point. So what we see is that there is very good ultimate weapon. I think the only one that is very important that he's missing is Chronofield, but I think at his level is not mandatory. It's going to be needed if he wants to perform very well in champion and start doing some legend tournaments, but right now it's not that needed. What we see is that Chain Lightning has been not really developed. The Poison Swamp is not very developed, which is good because I don't think it's needed at his level. The Spotlight, it's pretty nice. There is already free beam. The rest is underdeveloped, and there is a very strong focus on Black Hole. It has a very strong Black Hole with a cooldown of 50 seconds, duration of 28 seconds, which is pretty nice, and a good size. My recommendation for you is that stop working on your Black Hole. It's very well as it is right now, but 100 stone to get 1 second in duration in Black Hole, I think you have way better to do. So congratulations for your Black Hole, but I think it's already like overkilling. So you can keep like this your Black Hole for a very long time. Then adding 12 seconds from the so you have 40 seconds uptime every 50 seconds, so I guess you almost have like a permanent Black Hole if you're running a G comp, which is very nice. Golden Tower, okay, so you have time 15 bonus, duration is 40 seconds. Okay, so you synchronized, not quite. Did you synchronize all your ultimate weapon? I need to make some calculus. Never mind, you're running the Nexus, so everything is synchronized. Okay. And you see there is a slight loss of stones here, because actually moving from the 60 seconds to the 50 seconds, I think it's 262 stones. I was checking on the wiki. And because everything is synchronized with the Nexus, it means that it takes the average. So you are reducing by 10 seconds one of the three ultimate weapon, which is 3.3 seconds in average, using 262 stones, while you could have done the same with the Death Wave, and it only cost you 216 stones, meaning that you are going to save for the same effect 40 something stones, 46 stones. So when you are synchronizing your weapon with the Nexus, I think it's important that for the cooldown, you always go for the lowest in cost, because there is no benefit of getting this. The only benefit I can see is that if you are not using this module in tournament, you will have a lower cooldown on your black hole, which is okay, but the problem in tournament is not the normal enemies. Most of the time is the bosses, so it's not going to be affected by the black hole. And because you don't have a perm black hole anyway, I don't really see the benefit of wasting the stones. For 42 stones, you could have probably, like, I don't know, put them into the Death Wave damage, so you get better health into the tournament, or something else. But yeah, not sure about that move. It's not a big deal because it's only 40 stones, but yeah, those things adds up, or maybe put it into the Chain Lightning. So from what I see here, I will recommend you to stop working on your ultimate weapon that are economical. The only one that I see that you can potentially work a little bit on is the Death Wave. If you are not maxing your health percentage bonus, I think you are multiplied by 10. We are going to see it later on this. So if you are not maxing it in your farm run, then you need to work a little bit on the damage. If you are really relying on EHP, which I think you do on the Charm tournament, you probably want to max a little bit to have a little bit of damage into the Death Wave, so you can have a stronger HP pool even in tournament. Especially at the beginning, the cost is really low, so potentially going up from multiply by 3 to multiply by, I don't know, like 40, it's not going to cost you a lot of stones, and you are going to have a much stronger pool of HP into your Death Wave for your tournament. So that's a first thing that I would recommend, is not going very nuts into the damage, but probably going to around 40 in terms of Death Wave for your tournament. That is going to help you from the time that you are transitioning to right now where you are to the Glass Cannon when you will need it in Legend. The second thing is that you can do, which is going to be useful, and it's working a little bit on this angle. The spotlight angle is going to be needed anyway, and the benefit of working into the angle is double. The first one is that it's going to increase the coins that you're generating through your farm run, because you have a strong bonus in spotlight. It can be multiplied by 3 at the max level of the research, so you are going to increase the coins, and also you are going to prepare for the Glass Cannon. So that's another option that you can have. I think it's not as strong as working on the health. You have a stronger benefit in tournament if you are working on this, if you're not maxed, than this, but this is another option. And working on the bonus of the spotlight, I don't think it's needed at the beginning until you get a big angle and at least 4 beam, because otherwise most of the monsters, they just go through the beam, and that is not really worth it. And then you get my favorite ultimate weapon, which is Chain Lightning. So Chain Lightning is very strong, and if you want to transition to a hybrid build, you will need to have a strong Chain Lightning. I see that you already have 3 in quantity, which is nice, but you have underwork into the damage and in your chance. So if you want to move to a hybrid, having a Chain Lightning that is strong is going to help you for sure. You have 321 stones, so you can spend a little bit of stones right now. The last option is to unlock the Chronofield, which is going to be useful, but the problem is that I see that you have a lot of ultimate weapons that are already underdeveloped. And Chronofield, to be good, it needs to be maxed, and that is a lot of stones and a lot of research. I think right now you better working on the ultimate weapon that you have and develop them. And what I mean by that, I mean the damage one. I'm not talking about the economical one, because you already did a good job on it. Before you upgrade to the Chronofield. So having a little bit of damage, working on this chain lightning. So you want to be at least multiply by 400 in chain lightning here. You want to have one click here in quantity, so you'll be at 4. And in chance, you want to be at minimum 20% without your module. So there is a lot to work on the chain lightning to be at a very good level for your tower. And if you want to go even further, I think you're not going to regret it anyway. So chain lightning is really good, and I recommend you work on it. Okay, so moving on to research. And I think this is where I've seen that there is a lot of things that you can improve. Your research, to me, are not focusing on the right thing, and you can do way better. So you have a very strong lap speed, which is level 54 almost, I guess now, by the time I'm reviewing it. I think it's nice. You have two choices. You can either say, I stop here for a while and I boost the rest, just the time to clean my lab, or you can keep the lap speed, because lap speed is always good. It's just that at some point you have diminishing return on investment, so it's up to you. The longer you're gonna play and the better the lap speed is going to be. So there is no reason, if you play for a long time, to not upgrade the lap speed. It's just that at some point you can get benefit from using this slot for something else. But on the long run, you are going to benefit from it. So that's completely your choice. Module shard cost. Okay, you are working on this right now, but I don't think it's your priority. Wall fortification, I don't think it's needed. I don't like wall. I tried it multiple times, even recently. I don't like wall, and there is way better to work on. Def wave sales bonus, you already multiply by 2. I would recommend you stop here because the difference that you are going to get is not going to be tremendous. So you already multiply by 3 everywhere. Having a little bit extra cell right now is not going to allow you to get one multiplicator of time 4. It's not what is going to help you. You need to go further into the wave. So this can be worked later. Black hole coin bonus, yes, you need to finish this. So instead, what I recommend is that you work on your attack speed and health. Those two are mandatory. Health is very important for you because you are running an EHP build from what I see. And in the tournament is going to help you with the bosses, and overall is going to avoid you getting killed by being one shot. You need to have a stronger health. It's way better than the wall fortification, because wall fortification will be based on your base health. So increasing your base health is going to help the wall anyway. So replace the wall fortification by health, and you want to push this to level 55 minimum. This is always going to be helpful in champ, and it's going to be helpful in farm. I know that you are farming in Blender. You want to be able to move to a Devo build, and I made a video about Devo because it's actually way more efficient. The transition to Devo, I don't think you are ready right now, especially regarding your module, but having worked on the health is going to help you. The second thing that you want to work on is attack speed. Attack speed is helping you control monster and is helping you DPS through chain lightning later on. You want to have this to level 60 minimum as well. So that are my two recommendations for your lab first. Okay, so the next one is the module shard cost that you are working. I recommend that you stop working on this because this is retroactive, and instead you're working on daily mission shard. This is very underrated. But it's actually very strong on the long run. You are having 6 daily missions per day, and every time that you are increasing this by 1, it's 1 shard. So it doesn't seem a lot, but if you increase this by 10, that's already 60 shards per day that you are going to get, and per month is 1,800, which is a lot. It's going to stack, and this is only 10 level. The number of time needed for this research is really low, and you have the economy to be able to boost it. So you really need to work on this much more than the module shard. This can be worked later on, so start focusing on this instead of that. The black hole coin bonus, this is very strong, so you can finish it. I've seen that you have not finished the golden tower duration, so this is good, but this is like economical. It's going to be needed at some point, so that's another thing that you can work on after the black hole. I keep the same spirit like each of the the slot that you were working on. This is economical. I said you should not focus on economical, but if you want to finish it, it's okay. The other things that you will need after is the reroll shard. I see that this is pretty low, and it's also something that will add up through time. You want to have this at least level 40. This is going to help you tremendously later on. You want to stack shards because you will need them. I see that you are working on your module. You will soon unlock the 4th slot of your module because you're around level 90. We're gonna see this later. You will need a reroll shard. So either when you finish the black hole, you directly switch to a reroll shard, or when you finish the black hole, you can go to the golden tower and then the reroll shard. But my recommendation is straight to reroll shard, so you start building that up. Moving on to the module. So I see that you have already a good starting pack with module. This is very strong to farm, so congratulations for having this in Mythic Plus. This is very nice as well, the G-Comp, the Nexus to synchronize. Your module are pretty low in level, but this is going to increase with time. You're very close to 101, which is unlocking the 4th slot, so good, keep going. I see that you have project funding, which is going to be good later on. You just roll an ancestral death penalty, which is very nice for tournament, so I will see that later. You have this for the tournament as well, which is good. So overall, I think you have very strong module. So congratulations, keep working on your module with your gem. It's going to be very good later on. It's already good, but it's going to keep increasing. So the Galaxy compressor, there is something that triggers me here, is the fact that you don't have package chains. Package is basically reducing everything by 30 seconds. You need to have package chains on your Galaxy compressor. So the cache is crap. I would say that even the coin per kill is lower in priority than package chains, or even the enemy attack level skip. So you need to have package chances in your G-Comp. This is mandatory. It's very, very important. And by the way, I saw that you don't have the package after bosses. That's something that you need to work also on your research, because using Galaxy Compressor is going to increase significantly the amount of coins that you are making. So on this package chance, the rest, coin per kill, why not? An attack level skip is good as well. You're working on EHP. That's nice. Black hole duration, okay. Golden tower bonus, this is fine. Potentially, I think it's in legendary or maybe it's in mythic, but the black hole size, I think you have 56 meters, which is quite large. You probably want to use something which is the death wave pre-wave. Like this is going to increase your coins a bit better than the size. So when you are reaching 101 and you are going to work on the Multiverse Nexus again, the priority to me is those pre-wave of the death wave to increase the window where you are multiplying by 2 point something the coins that you are making. Then the golden tower bonus is going to be good. Then black hole size can be okay, or the black hole duration. But don't underestimate the pre-wave of the death wave, because this is increasing by 4 seconds the window where you are applying the death wave to the monsters. So this is important, I think. Defense percentage, this is okay. Okay, so I will say that I don't know how strong your wall is, but I would have favored the regen versus the wall health. So my recall here is that actually it's better to have 200% health regen, which is the mythical health regen, and a lower wall health than the opposite. And it's very important that you understand your priority when you have your module. So by far in EHP, defense percentage is the number one. So this is, you get it right. I think the second one, especially when you have the wormhole director, which is in regenerating your package shield, it's also applying on the wall. And usually on the wall, the things that is the limiting factor is not the health of the wall, but is the capacity of regenerating your wall. So nothing your whole health. I don't think it's going to be a big problem, but you want to have a very nice health regen because it's going to help you for the wall, but it's also going to help you for your tower. The only downside I see is potentially if you get one shot by bosses in tournament, but this you should fix it by increasing the damage of your death wave and capping your health percentage bonus from death wave, as I explained before. So to me, those two should be switched. You're working on a blender and you don't have attack speed on this. I understand that this is not your priority, but at least run attack speed so you can control the monster. The rest I don't think is very useful, but attack speed to me is not going to cost you a lot of shard and is going to help you running the blender build. So this, you told me that you just run the ancestral, so you haven't had the time to have this. Start with attack speed. Attack speed is very important, and the second most important thing is critical factor. So you want first attack speed and then second critical factor. That's my recommendation. The third one, you can go for either critical chances or super critical chances. That are my order of recommendation for this. And for the Dimension Core, I guess this is the things that you are using in the tournament. So Chain Lightning quantity, okay. So I think what you did here is that you use the recommendation maybe I gave to someone else on the Chain Lightning, which is okay. So this is nice. Just, I think right now, what you will more benefit from is the death wave damage. More than this, I think. Because you need to cap your health in tournament. And having just like one slot of death wave damage in Legendary is going to help you tremendously. Potentially saving you stones on the short term. So I understand why you did that, but actually your Chain Lightning, I think, is too weak to even benefit from it. So start with, right now, death wave damage, so you can get a better tournament. Remove the Chain Lightning damage, this is bad. You keep the Chain Lightning chance, this is okay. And you can keep the Chain Lightning quantity if you want, but this, try to remove it and to instead have the death wave damage. It's going to help you on the short term very nicely. And that's it for the module. So overall, I think the module are pretty nice. You understood that having two sets of module, one to farm and one to do the tournament, is important, and that's what you did. You will work on your module and you are pulling your gem into it. So they are going to increase. There is a couple of things to fix, but overall, I think it's good. Work on the research associated to the module, as I explained, so you get better module quicker. And I think you are going to be in a good place very soon with your module. Quickly on the bot, I think you're doing the right thing. Focusing on Golden Bot is probably the right thing to do. I see that you started with the range and then now you're doing a little bit of cooldown. Stop with the cooldown. I think 340 medal to get 3 seconds of cooldown is not worth it. My reco is really you focus on range and you go further into range. I know that it's expensive, but it's going to be useful later on. The option that you can consider is, if you don't want to go on range, you probably work a little bit on the bonus, because here for 340 medal, you are going to reduce by 3 seconds the cooldown. 3 seconds is 3% because you have 100 seconds of cooldown. Here it's 0.2. 0.2 is a little bit less than 10%. So you have less medal for better return on investment. So I do recommend that if you don't want to work on range, you click at least once on the bonus. And for duration is about the same. It has the same benefit of cooldown where you are, but with a less amount of medal. So stop working on the cooldown and work on the range. If you don't want to work on range, then you can click a little bit on bonus, but range is the priority, I think. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on your workshop. I think it's pretty standard. You didn't send me the attack enhancement, but I don't think it does really matter for you right now. On attack enhancement, at the beginning you can focus on the damage and critical bonus, but right now, because you're not running a lot of damage, it's going to be not very important. But I think having a little bit of this is going to help you with your Death Wave in tournament, and when you are going to switch to hybrid, having a little bit of this is going to help. Regarding the utility enhancement, I think you should try to unlock the free upgrade enhancement. It's going to help you in both the tournaments and your run, because it's going to boost the free upgrade that you get. You are obviously quite far in enemy level skip, so having a little bit more upgrade is going to help you anyway. So I will try to unlock this and put a little bit of points into it. I think 20% is quite easy to get with free upgrade, but at least 15. So that's something where you can spend your coin, and it's going to be very useful and very easy for you, because you're making 2.5 trillion a day, so it's going to be good. For the rest, I think you can work a little bit into the health and F regen. I see that here is multiplied by 5, but you probably can do like one click, which is only multiplied by 1. It's going to cost you less, I guess. But yeah, overall, like working on this, working a little bit into the enemy attack level skip and enemy health level skip is going to help you transition into hybrid anyway. Regarding your cards, I don't have anything to say, I would say, on the farm, but I do have something to say on the tournament. So if I understand it well, your tournament card are running as this, and in early using cash and free upgrade, and then you switch to critical chance and death ray. Cash to critical chance, you told me that, but I guess because you only have 14 slots, you're moving from free upgrade to death ray. I mean, that's my assumption. So the first thing that I want to say is that this is Burke, this is bad, and this is bad. I believe for you there is way better to use. The reason is that your energy net is really low, and you're not a glass cannon, so you don't really need energy net. The problem is you're not going to get through the health of the boss anyway. Wave skip, I think it's too random. People were saying that potentially it can skip bosses. I never managed to get it, but let's assume it does. I still find it too random. There is way better to use before that. And landmine stun, I think it's okay at the end, but I think also, again, better than using this. So what I recommend is that you switch to this setup. To me, this is mandatory. The fact that you're not using health and extra defense for the tower that you have, that is not relying on damage, but is way more stronger with defense, you need to have health and extra defense. This is something that is key, and you're not using it, so put it back, I think. Then the things here are like good, but not as important as the things that I put at the top. So plasma cannon, extra orb, second wind, and critical chance. Potentially, if you get a very bad affix on plasma cannon and extra orb, you can remove it, but I do recommend that you keep this. With the S and A tier, you have 11 things out of the 14. Then I will recommend that you are testing enemy balance in tournament and see how far you go, and then you redo the tournament and you are trying demon mode. I think you are doing 450 waves, so this is not going to take you a lot of time, but try both and see which one is doing better for you, because this is going to increase the number of health you get from Death Wave, so potentially allowing you to go further. And then early, so that's 11, this one of the two is 12, and then early on you're gonna go for cash and free upgrades, and later on you are going to go for Death Wave or one of the two, Slow Aura and Landmine Stun. In case you have an affix that is nerfing to the ground Death Ray, you can not use it and you go for Slow Aura and Landmine Stun instead of cash and free upgrade. So versus the things that you are using right now, I remove energy net completely and I remove wave skip completely, and Landmine Stun is only at the end eventually if you want to use it. You can try different things. To me, I think that Slow Aura is a bit better than Landmine Stun, but that's my opinion. I think this is going to be a way better setup for you because you have so much health versus damage right now. So try using this. As you are going to progress through a hybrid build, potentially you will be able to remove certain things. But right now, I think you really need health and extra defense. It's going to help you. So this is the review for you. If I summarize what I said, I think that your module is in a good place. You need to have some research support the module. Keep investing into your module so you get stronger quality into the module that you are using right now. But overall, I think it's one of the best module review that I did. To the contrary, I think in research, you have gone in a various way. I'm not certain that this is the best way you should go. Potentially going into other direction, which is the one that I recommend into the video. Working on basic research is going to help you, such as attack speed and health on the long run. The overall tower need to, I think, switch a little bit from the economical aspect that you have on your ultimate weapon and going a little bit more into the damage to start working on this hybrid that you will need sooner or later. Starting with a little bit of damage for the death wave, so you get a little bit more health bonus into the champion, so you stabilize your position and you start getting some rank into champion, and then working on the chain lightning so you can transition later on into the glass cannon. That is to me the priority that you need to work on. Focusing on the right research, I think, is really key. Changing your setup on cards, I think you also are going to get some benefit from it. But overall, you have a very strong economy, and I think that your tower is good, so you are in a good place to improve. So I think I'm not worried that you are going to progress very fast. Please bear in mind also that champion is almost the end of the game, so now the people that you are facing, they have a very strong tower. Your tower is quite young because it's only 6 months, so you are facing over strong tower. It's normal to feel that the game is slowing down when you are reaching those higher tier because the people in front of you, they have very good tower as well. So that's my recommendation for you. Now, for the people that are interested of having this kind of review for their tower, you can sub to my channel and leave a comment down below. And every week I'm adding those names into an Excel file, and I'm rolling a dice randomly to pick the person that is going to be selected for next week review. So it's very easy. You just need to say that you want a review into the comment, you give a bit of introduction of your tower, and then if you get pulled, I will contact you and you will send me the information that I need into my mailbox, and I will do the review like this. So pretty straightforward. I hope that this video helped you. If it did, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm almost at 1000 subscribers, so I'm aiming for this. Thanks for watching, and I see you on the next video.